You think you know how to ride? Think again. After 20 years on two wheels and studying accident reports from around the world, I've discovered 12 secret rules that experienced riders swear by but rarely share. These aren't your typical safety tips. They're the underground techniques that separate weekend warriors from riders who've mastered the art of survival. Master these rules and you'll ride with confidence that most bikers never experience. Ignore them and you're gambling with your life every time you twist that throttle. Most riders think they're being careful by checking their mirrors occasionally. The pros do something completely different. They scan every 2 seconds, religiously. Here's how it works. Every 2 seconds, your eyes should move to check mirrors, blind spots, or scan ahead for hazards. This isn't about cars. It's about road debris, oil slicks, pedestrians stepping out, or that dog about to bolt into traffic. The magic happens when this becomes automatic. Your brain starts processing threats before they become emergencies. I've avoided countless close calls simply because I spotted trouble brewing whilst I still had the time and space to react. Set a mental timer. Scan, road, until it becomes second nature. The key is systematic coverage. Left mirror, road ahead. Right mirror, road ahead. Over shoulder check, road ahead. Each scan should last just a fraction of a second, but together they create complete situational awareness. Professional riders in high-risk environments use this technique constantly. After 2 weeks of conscious practice, your scanning pattern becomes subconscious, running in the background like antivirus software protecting your computer. This rule saved my life in downtown Chicago. Create an invisible bubble around your bike, front, back, and sides. The moment someone enters your bubble, you adjust. Not aggressively, not obviously, just a slight speed change or lane position shift to maintain your safety zone. Here's the secret. Most accidents happen when riders let their bubble collapse. They get comfortable riding close to cars, tucked in behind trucks, or squeezed between lanes. The invisible bubble isn't about being paranoid, it's about maintaining options. When trouble hits you, you need escape routes, and your bubble guarantees you'll have them. Your bubble size changes with conditions. Highway speeds require a larger bubble, at least 4 seconds following distance and plenty of side clearance. City riding needs a tighter but more vigilant bubble since space is limited. Weather shrinks your bubble because stopping distance increases. The pros constantly adjust their bubble size based on speed, traffic density, road conditions, and visibility. Think of it as your personal force field that moves with you, expanding and contracting as needed, but never disappearing completely. If these first 2 rules are already changing how you think about riding, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. I've got 10 more game-changing rules coming up. Plus, I share advanced riding techniques every week that could save your life. Don't miss out on becoming the rider you were meant to be. You might know SIPDE: scan, identify, predict, decide, execute. But here's the advanced version that military and police riders use: double SIPDE. You run through the sequence twice, once for immediate threats within 3 seconds, and once for developing situations up to 10 seconds ahead. The first scan catches the car pulling out in front of you. The second scan identifies the pedestrian who's going to step into the crosswalk just as you reach the intersection. Most riders only think one move ahead, like chess beginners. Masters think multiple moves ahead, and that's exactly what double SIPDE trains you to do. Here's how to implement it. First SIPDE cycle focuses on immediate dangers: the car braking ahead, the gravel in your lane, the pedestrian at the curb. Second SIPDE cycle looks further ahead: traffic light timing, that delivery truck that might double park, the school zone you're approaching. Your brain learns to process both time horizons simultaneously. It sounds overwhelming at first, but after you practice, you'll wonder how you ever rode without this layered awareness system protecting you. Here's something your MSF course didn't teach you. Your throttle hand should never grip tighter than you'd hold a baby bird. Sounds ridiculous, right? But death grip on the handlebars is killing riders every day. When you're tense, you can't feel what the bike is telling you through the controls. Professional racers know this. Loose hands, tight core. Your core muscles stabilize you, not your arms. Practice riding with the lightest possible grip on the bars. You'll be amazed how much connected you feel to the machine, and how much easier emergency maneuvers become when your hands aren't fighting the bike. The science is simple. Tight grips create feedback loops. You tense up. The bike feels unstable. You grip tighter, making it worse. Loose grips let the bike self-stabilize naturally. Start practicing in parking lots. Deliberately relax your grip until you're barely holding on. Then gradually find that sweet spot when you have control without tension. Your shoulders will thank you after long rides, and your cornering will improve dramatically when your arms aren't transmitting every tiny input through the bars. This technique separates the pros from everyone else, and most riders have never heard of it. Counter-leaning means leaning your body opposite to the bike in slow, tight turns. While the bike leans right, you lean left. It sounds backwards, but it's pure physics genius. Counter-leaning keeps more weight on the outside peg, giving you better traction and control. It's essential for parking lot maneuvers, U-turns, and navigating tight spaces. Police motor officers use this constantly. Master counterleaning, and those embarrassing tip-overs at low speeds become history. The technique works because it keeps the bike more upright while still allowing tight turns. Think of it as using your body weight as a counterbalance. In a right turn, push down on the left peg while leaning your body left. The bike will turn right with more control and less lean angle. This technique is crucial for slow-speed riding, especially on cruisers with low pegs or limited ground clearance. Practice in empty parking lots with increasingly tight figure eights until counterleaning becomes automatic. Your low-speed confidence will skyrocket. At any given moment, you should have 3 points of contact with your bike: hands on bars, feet on pegs, and either your back leaning against the seats or your knees gripping the tank. Never just sit there passively. Your body position is constantly communicating with the machine. When braking hard, push into the tank with your knees to keep from sliding forwards. When accelerating, grip with your legs to avoid putting pressure on the bars. In corners, use your outside knee against the tank as an anchor point. Your bike performs better when you're actively riding it, not just sitting on it. This rule transforms you from a passenger to a pilot. Most riders just sit on their bikes like they're on a couch, but motorcycles require active engagement. Your knees should be your primary connection point. They can grip the tank, control body position, and help with weight transfer. Practice squeezing the tank with your knees during normal riding until it becomes natural. In emergency situations, this connection gives you the stability to make precise control inputs while keeping your arms relaxed. Think of yourself as part of the machine, not just riding on top of it. This is military-level tactical thinking applied to street riding. For every situation, identify your primary escape route and at least one backup. Traffic jam ahead? Primary route is the right shoulder. Backup is splitting lanes if legal, or emergency braking to a safe following distance. The math part is crucial. Calculate your stopping distance at current speed, add 50% for the emergency buffer, and always have that much clear space in your planned escape direction. Most riders just react when trouble hits. Smart riders have already calculated their way out before trouble even starts. Here's the formula. At 60 miles per hour, you need roughly 180 feet to stop in ideal conditions. Add 50% for real-world conditions, that's 270 feet minimum. But here's the advanced part. Your escape route should be calculated for different scenarios. If your primary route needs 270 feet, your backup route might only need 100 feet if it's a swerve maneuver instead of straight line braking. Always know your stopping distance. Always have your routes planned, and always maintain the space needed to execute them. This thinking ahead separates survivors from statistics. Your ears are just as important as your eyes, but most riders waste this sense. Learn to interpret engine sounds, not just your own, but every vehicle around you. A car engine lugging means they're about to downshift and slow down. A diesel truck engine revving means they're building up speed to merge. Even more important, recognize the absence of sound. When traffic noise suddenly diminishes, something's wrong. Maybe a stalled car ahead that you can't quite see yet, or an accident blocking lanes. Your ears can give you 3 to 5 seconds advance warning that your eyes miss. Develop your audio library of vehicle behaviors. A CVT transmission winding up means acceleration, then it goes quiet when they back off. Turbocharged engines have a distinctive whistle and a boost, then go silent when lifting off the throttle. Motorcycles with aftermarket exhaust often reveal their riding style through sound. Aggressive blipping means an aggressive rider. Every tire noise tells stories. Squealing means emergency braking or cornering. Consistent humming means steady highway speeds. Train your ears like a musician trains theirs, and you'll hear danger before you see it. We're just getting started. You've learned 8 rules that most riders never discover, but the final 4 are where things get really interesting. These last secrets separate the riders who think they're good from those who've truly mastered their machine. If you're still with me, you're serious about becoming an elite rider, and these final rules are going to blow your mind. Think of traction like money in your wallet. You have 100% available, and every action spends some of it. Braking might use 70%, leaving only 30% for steering. Accelerating hard uses 60%, leaving 40% for everything else. The key is never spending more than you have. Most crashes happen when riders exceed their traction budget without realizing it. They're hard on the brakes, about 80% spent, then try to swerve around an obstacle needing 50% more. That's 130%, and physics doesn't give credit. Smart riders constantly monitor their traction spending and always keep some in reserve. Different surfaces have different budgets. Dry asphalt gives you 100%, wet roads might only give you 60%, and gravel drops you down to 30%. Temperature matters too. Cold tires have less grip than warm ones. Even your tire pressure affects your budget. The pros develop an intuitive feel for their current traction level and adjust their riding accordingly. They brake lighter in corners, accelerate greater when leaned over, and always leave themselves a safety margin. Think of it as financial planning for your physics account. Never spend more than you have, and always save some for emergencies. This is advanced cornering psychology that racers use. In any curve, there's a point where the road disappears from view. That's your vanishing point. If it's moving away from you, the curve is opening up and you can maintain or increase speed. If it's moving towards you, the curve is tightening and you need to slow down. Most riders guess a corner speed and get it wrong. The vanishing point never lies. Watch it religiously, and you'll nail your corner entry speed every single time. This technique alone makes you smoother and safer in the twisties than 90% of riders out there. The vanishing point is like having X-ray vision for corners. As you approach any curve, fix your eyes on that distant point where the road seems to end. If it appears to move away from you as you get closer, the radius is opening up. Good news. If it moves towards you, the turn is tightening up more than it initially appeared. Time to scrub some speed. The best part is this works on any curve. From highway on-ramps to mountain switchbacks. Professional riders use this constantly, reading the road ahead like a book. Once you master vanishing point technique, you'll never again find yourself entering a corner too hot or too slow. Cars create invisible pressure waves as they move. You can learn to feel them. When a large vehicle passes you, there's a push as it approaches, then a pull as it passes. On a highway, you can feel cars in adjacent lanes before you see them, just from their pressure waves. Advanced riders use this extra sense for situational awareness. That subtle pressure change might be a car in your blind spot or a truck about to change lanes. Your body picks up these signals if you know how to listen. It's like having supernatural awareness of everything around you. This works because air is a fluid and vehicles displace it as they move. Large trucks create the strongest pressure waves, but even cars generate noticeable effects at highway speeds. The key is learning to separate these sensations from wind buffeting or normal riding dynamics. Practice on the highway by closing your eyes briefly, only when safe, and trying to sense vehicles around you through pressure alone. Semi-trucks are easiest to detect first. Over time, you'll develop the ability to sense cars changing lanes beside you, vehicles approaching from behind, and even crosswinds from passing traffic. It's like developing motorcycle ESP, pure physics made practical. The final rule might be the most powerful of all. Before every ride, spend 30 seconds mentally rehearsing emergency situations. Visualize a car pulling out, a dog running into the road, oil on the pavement. See yourself executing the perfect response, smooth braking, proper swerving technique, weight transfer. This isn't paranoia, it's programming your muscle memory. When the real emergency happens, your body already knows what to do because your mind has practiced it hundreds of times. Military pilots do this religiously. Race car drivers do this now. Now you know why their reaction times are superhuman. The technique works because your brain can't distinguish between vividly imagined experiences and real ones when it comes to motor learning. Visualization literally builds neural pathways that improve your actual performance. Spend time visualizing proper emergency braking techniques, progressive squeeze, weight transfer, looking where you want to go. Picture yourself swerving around obstacles with smooth inputs and proper body position. The more detailed your mental rehearsals, the better your real-world responses become. Champions in every sport use this method. Now you can too. And it might just save your life when physics and practice meet reality. And there you have it, 12 secret rules that will transform your riding. But here's the thing, knowing them isn't enough. You have to practice them until they become instinct. Pick one rule, master it completely, then move to the next. In 6 months, you'll be riding with skills that took me years to develop. Remember, the road doesn't care about your ego, your schedule, or your excuses. It only respects preparation and skill. These rules give you both. Ride smart, ride safe, and I'll see you on the next video where we'll dive even deeper into advanced riding techniques that could save your life. Subscribe for more videos like these.